They say they own the night, and it's a brand that's breathing new life. But did Impact Wrestling's Emergence Night 1 prove all that tonight? You're damn right it did. Wow! An amazingly awesome, fun, surprising, and entertaining show tonight. Hello, everybody. Now, I'm just a simple man, and my name's Noah Foster, and welcome once again to the return in this simple extra of the Impact Recap, where I give you my brief thoughts, summaries, and takeaways from tonight's episode, special episode of Impact Wrestling Emergence, Night 1. Tonight, this brand was out to prove a point, and it's a new beginning since Slammiversary that really flourished with a roster of incredible talent tonight that got some big victories tonight. With that being said, let's go ahead and briefly discuss it. Our opening match was the triple threat for the X Division Championship. Handicap match in Rohit Raju's words, as Rohit Raju and current champion of the X Division, Chris Bay, they took on, of course, TJP with Fallah Bah in his corner. And it was a wild, really more so, it did feel like a handicap match until true intentions were known towards the end. Incredible technical wrestling showcase, though, by TJP, pulling off multiple dual submission maneuvers, one point pulling off a double octopus even for a couple of seconds, then a combination cradle, reverse surfboard, gory bomb special combination, and then at one point literally locking in the knee bar, it seemed, on Chris Bay, who looked like he was about to tap out, only for Rahit Raju, who really acted like the insurance policy to prevent Chris Bay from tapping and really save his title. But was he saving it for Bay or himself? And I kept saying it. Look, there's no way this is a handicap match. True intentions have to be known. It's a triple threat for the X Division Championship. At the end of the day, you want the damn gold. It's as simple as that. And kudos to Falaba, who did not get involved at all in this match, but just supported his friend / tag team partner from ringside. Anyway, as the match continues, going towards the end, Chris Bay looks like things are going to his corner and control. At one point, pulling off an incredible aerial maneuver. Lackadaisical covered, though, a little bit it seemed he got extreme near fall on it, but the end was told when Chris Bay went to the top rope, tried to pull off one last big move. TJP cut him off of the pass. Raheem Raju comes back in play. By the way, Raheem Raju looking like kind of a goof part of this match. Many times trying to play interference and difference maker and insurance policy. But TJP, incredible awareness. But in the end, true intentions were known as Raheem Raju was in top row position. TJP was down and vulnerable. But also Chris Bay was immovable as he was hung up in the ropes. And Raheem Raju, with a sly smile, took advantage of opportunity when it presented itself with the double stomp. And ladies and gentlemen, Rohit Raju, yes, this guy of the Desi Hit Squad is your new X Division champion, hitting the champ himself. A very clever tactic and maneuver that he capitalized on fully as he became the new champion tonight. And we'll see where it goes from here. Awesome opening match. X Division always leaves you wanting more. The matches are fast, quick, unpredictable, high risk, fearless, and furious. And honestly, TJP, I can see him definitely still going after the X Division title. Maybe he and Fallah Bah will look at tag team title contentions. But honestly, after TJP's performance tonight, I would say he should go after the World Championship. That's just my opinion. But we'll have to wait and see. Congrats to the new champion, Raheem Raju. I was wrong. My good friend Paul from Church, shout out to you, Paul Mead. He called it. He was right. I'll give him credit. It's as simple as that. Anyway, as we move on from there, we go into Wrestle House, and it seems everybody is starting to lose their damn mind. Or so Crazy Steve puts it, and he loves it. But again, that's what life can do to you when you literally live in your home and practically don't do anything else or can't escape it, it seems. And honestly, when you think about based on our 2020, I would not be surprised if some people are suffering from cabin fever. I'm not saying that I'm suffering from cabin fever. I mean, what would make you say that? You know, I mean, I'm just a guy that's just trying to live life and stuff like that. Why is my TV acting weird? Anyway, it was a pretty funny opening segment. Again, Wrestle House is a show within Impact Wrestling outside of the ring that shows more of a character side with wrestling, and it's really a fun thing to watch. You bet about as much as Wrestle House and when it's Impact Wrestling as you do maybe half a current episode now of BT that goes through usually 30 minutes. Just saying. Anyway, as we go away from there after learning about a new scent that Larry D. What the hell did Rosemary do to this guy? Ring rust? as a aroma. Okay, not investing in that. Impact Wrestling, don't start selling that. Anyway, moving on from there. Good grief almighty. I'm all thrown off now. Good Brothers, they came in with a statement saying tonight how Mammoth Holiday Sauce and they're going to pay. You have nowhere to hide. You may have sent my pal here, Big LG, to jail, but Big LG's like, that's okay. I've been to jail before. I've been to jail in this city before. Maybe you shouldn't say that so loud. I don't know how far our record goes. Anyway, they're hyping up their tag team match later tonight. But before we get to that, we go into another TNT, or excuse me, TNA World Botch Heavyweight Championship match as invitation only. Moose, he gave the invitation to Suicide, but it wasn't Suicide. It was my hometown boy from Toledo, Ohio, Trey Miguel. And Trey Miguel took on Moose for this so-called self title. What a definition of a paper champion. Just saying. Or an ego. Good. Very competitive matches. It was a match of tenacity and speed versus, well, purely powerhouse and strength. As Moose, who again controlled the match, just was basically inflaming his own ego for the most part. Trey Miguel got out some strong offense here, countering the no jackhammer needed at one point into a satellite DDT. He really took the fight to Moose, but in the end, Moose with throwing him in the pendulum, like a pendulum in the barricade, and then an apron bomb with a near count-out victory. Goes for a free lackadaisical covers, thinking he's got the win here. Not quite. And then he finally sets him up for his former spear, the lights out, and he hits it. Great effort, though, shown by Trey Miguel as Moose continues to hold this symbol of one's past. Because remember, we were thinking about his mind. Was he going to be focused? It looks like he was, but he was warned. And EC3 continues to write his narrative, as EC3 called it, came out after the match and took this so-called title away from Moose. Because again, he must destroy what resembled of his past. Where does the narrative go from here? We will find out more, I hope, next week. I am really enjoying this EC3 narrative. Trey, you gave a hell of an effort. Keep trying to get some gold. Maybe go after the X Division title again. Just saying. Anyway, Moose, he was warned, and EC3 dropped him where he stood after the match, and he took the title with him. Now, what could this possibly mean? We're just going to have to wait and see. You've been warned. All right. Moving on from there, we go into a brief spotlight from the past, as Impact Wrestling does via Twitch, as I follow their Twitch channel tonight live. And also Miss Santos, always great host. Lovely lipstick, by the way. It was definitely a highlight of her night, getting a ton of comments on that. Yeah, she looked nice. Also, Machine showed up. Anyway, brief highlight as we look back at 2016 with Eric Young taking on Kurt Angle and really what was a stretcher match and showing how the world-class maniac really has never lost his touch. And then Eric Young basically gives us a history of his TNA, Impact Wrestling, venture, run, and overall professional wrestling career. Man's done it all. Man was elite before he was elite. Team Canada, Jester, superhero, maniac, world champion, wife. He basically is here, though, to say that he is going to redefine the brand in his maniacal vision. And really he's just emerges as a true self. On top at the front. Not going to play singing fiddle. Not going to play someone else's hand. He is going to take what he believes is his. So everybody in Impact Wrestling, you best be on high alert, especially after what he did to Rich Swann. No one is safe, and we know he's coming after Eddie Edwards for that title. That's gotta be an intention. Is that the only intention, though? Is that the final intention? We're just going to have to wait and see. Good Lord, seeing him deliver those two pile drivers to Kurt Angle back to back after the exposed turnbuckle spot in the six-sided ring back in 2016. In that match where Kurt Angle was the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, when that title actually was the real thing. Man, destruction galore. Anyway, going from there, though, as we talk more about Eric Young, we then go to a person that's been affected by Eric Young. In fact, he was beaten by Eric Young in the middle of the ring, Willie Mack. Willie Mack talking about how he really felt it wasn't Rich Swann's time. So young, so promising, should not have to be done with his career this soon. It's his boy in and out of the ring as he was giving us his heart. Well, it's time to face some hard facts from one Brian Myers. And he takes the camera and takes Jimmy Jacobs away from this interview and basically gives his own heart and his own anger and stand about where he believes he should be. He does not want to be ignored. He is not going to be just a hand. He is not going to be defined by one 70-year-old man's plans from a production meeting. Gee, you wonder who he's referring to. And basically, as he was saying this and saying Impact Wrestling, you best be aware, I'm here to take control of my own destiny, really. And following that, as he continued to tirade, and again, Jimmy Jr. was like, well, "What are you doing, man? This is just unnecessary." Well, Willie Mack comes in off screen, literally, and beats the holy hell out of him. I can tell you right now that sets up a one-on-one match for next week, as we do have our card for night 2 of Emergence. Following this, get a brief highlight. Apparently, he's been endorsed too by Heath Slater. Hashtag Heath for Impact, as he once again continues his stand as the most promising and looked after free agent, but wants a job in Impact Wrestling. He wants Impact to give him a chance and give him a contract. Talked about how his buddy Rano got attacked. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Yeah, Reno Scum, they did the business for Renee, got the money back, and it looks like it won't be the only time he invests in these two. So stay tuned for more on that. It looks like he paid them pretty well too. I'm not sure how much money was in that money roll. Anyway, Heath Slater talks about, hey, let's have Heath and I come together again. Give me another opportunity. Of course, coming up short against Moose because Moose fights dirty. And we'll have to wait and see what comes from that. Moving on from there, we go into tag team matches as the Good Brothers finally get their hands on Madman Fulton and Ace Austin as Big OG, Luke Giles, and the Machine Gun Carl Anderson. They took on these two in a very competitive bout. It really picked up when Madman Fulton and Luke Giles got in the ring with each other and were basically turned into each other, challenging each other's bodies really with hard-hitting clotheslines. The match really came in favor, though, when they took advantage, of course, from the outside and really took it to Carl Anderson's spine with an attempted 3 tilt-a-whirl backbreakers over Ace Austin's knees. The third one didn't work. Things broke down throughout the match. Ace Austin at one point thought he had the win. He even pulled off the plastic paper cut spot. Ouch. That card is not paper. I don't care what you tell me. All right, that's not a regular card. And Ace Austin, with very lackadaisical cover at one point, thought he had the win well in hand. He did not. Eventually, Madman Fulton, I think, gets his leg caught in the barricade for a little bit. Gets it out, but Luke Giles, he takes him over the barricade. And this was after the Magic Killer was officially broken one time. Again, trying to make it a handicap match. And in the end, tag aside, Magic Killer happened as big old Luke Giles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Giles gets a pinfall on Ace Austin after they officially hit the Magic Killer. And the Good Brothers get a bit of retribution. Literal, real, authentic, probably booked. Should matter. Retribution, in a way. And by the way, they're from Tokyo, Japan, in case you didn't know. Love that. And they got the win. But I have a feeling that these four are not done with each other by a long shot. And I feel like Ace Austin is still going to be a major pain in the ass in the Good Brothers. Just saying. Anyway, as we go away from there, we go back into Wrestle House, and apparently we have a whodunit on our hands, which might be a little bit of an idea of where Wrestle House goes beyond the Rosemary Johnny Bravo Ultimate storyline, it seems. He took our beer! I'm straight as, so don't look at me, but apparently the Deaner's beer has been stolen. Who could commit such an act? We're going to have to wait and see, as Susie, of course, played Peacemaker. Talked about how AC Romero and the Deaners, they have a truce. And it looks like Jacob, from their date gone off the rails last week, might still be on thin ice. But hey, the two are talking with each other, so maybe there's interest there. I don't know. I'm just more so confused. That's all I have to say about that. As Rosemary keeps basically toying with Johnny Bravo's emotions, it seems, with Larry D. We'll see how far this goes, and so far I think it seems to be working. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, going from there, commercial break, come back, match time, as we finally have Kylie Ray taking on Ty Valkyrie, which I have to imagine was the right for sleep. And in the end, it was a very fun gimmick-type feeling match without the gimmick, as Rosemary was referee. Completely biased. And, you know, we didn't care. Let them do their own thing. Fast counts for ties. Didn't work. It really picked up in Kylie Ray's favor, though, when she pulled off a massive super kick. And begrudgingly, Rosemary had to count the 3. Damn it, for Kylie Ray. Kylie Ray won. I liked at one point how it was like a really near fall, and Ty and Rosemary just yelling directly in each other's face. I never knew how much I would like this duo. Seriously, they should be the Knockouts Tag Team Champions. And again, reminding us, Kylie Ray is your #1 contender to the Knockouts Championship. And we'll see how that goes. come the end of Emergence Night 2 next week. Just saying. But I'm glad for Kylie Ray. I'm glad she won. Now maybe she can finally get some sleep. And it sounds like, hey, we no longer have to worry about the Tyra Valkyrie sit-in group sessions where we're just watching her matches just because. Wrestle House. Always a fun thing to watch. That's all I have to say about that. Then we learn officially what our Emergence Night 2 card is going to be. EC3 narrative continues. What is he going to do with the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt? Is Moose going to go after it? Does Moose demand a match for it? We will have to wait and see. You've been warned. Following that, Willie Mack, Ryan Myers, they will settle their squabbles now in the ring and truly show us whose point stands, who needs to win more, and who's more driven. And we'll have to wait and see how that falls out. Eddie Edwards will defend his Impact World Heavyweight Championship, of course, against to be determined. Will it be Heath Slater? Will it be someone on the Impact roster? Who is going to step up to Eddie Edwards? Will it be another surprise debut? We will have to wait and see. And then, of course, following that, we have more going on in the Wrestle House, as it looks like we might get, as my good friend Cindy G, please follow at simplyc_OK, referred to, we might get Johnny Bravo, special guest referee for Tyra Valkyrie versus Rosemary, and we might finally see a conclusion to this storyline. And then we can focus on who took the beer and can Jacob and Susie really come together. Susie. Yeesh. Anyway, and of course, the biggest match, and the match most important in my opinion, I hope main events, and based on the fact they talked about it last, I think it will, the 30-minute, first time ever in Impact Wrestling history, Iron Man match between the virtuoso, Deonna Purrazzo, and her challenger, former Knockouts champion Jordan Grace, for the Knockouts Championship. This match has the potential to be one of the best women's professional wrestling matches this year. And again, so far, my favorite women's match this year is Allison Kavas Thunder Rosa from Hot Times earlier this year. I really hope the NWA picks things up again from a wrestling context standpoint. I'm glad they all got their own talk forums, but there's only so much podcasting I can handle. And we'll have to wait and see more on that. Which leads us to the main event of Night 1, which was, of course, the rematch from Slammiversary for the Impact World Tag Team Championships, as the Morrissey Machine Guns defended their titles, their first defense against the former champions, now the challengers. Didn't figure your challengers in the North in the same sentence, did you? Well, it had to happen eventually, but it was kind of weird hearing it tonight. And more so, I watch Impact Wrestling just for the wrestling. I don't really listen to the commentary, because again, commentary I feel like still needs to be strafing. Matt Striker. Just saying. As the Military Machine Guns took on the North. Josh Alexander and All Ego Ethan Page in a very competitive back and forth match. Really the North. They did some Military Machine Guns, but there was a couple of sloppy spots here. Miscommunication, very lackadaisical cover, even Fadi had full control and the win at one point after they bent the rules a little bit. Did not happen. Incredible tag team wrestling by the veterans, though, in Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, counting the North move for move for move, literally just taking everything at them. Combination last chancery into the basement, drop kick into a nice near fall at one point in this match. I thought was a very nice move. At one point, literally isolating Josh Alexander, working on the arm, literally countering Ethan Page's All Ego in this match. But to the former champions' credit, they did try to pull it off as they tried to intercept after pulling off a tag team maneuver, including a discus forearm strike and a super kick combination. Had a nice near fall. Everybody was down at one point, but in the end, the North did not prevail. Sorry, Cindy, to your Canadian brethren. As the Motion Machine Guns, they took down All Ego Ethan Page with a combination, side takedown, top rope, stomp type maneuver, and they retained their title successfully in a main event match that went a good 15 minutes. Really awesome, incredible tag team action. What the North did over for a year, the Motion Machine Guns are only going to elevate to new heights, as there are a lot of promising teams looking towards these titles. First one I have in mind, Rascals, and I'm not just saying that because, you know, my boy Trey Miguel from Toledo is part of them as well. But we'll have to wait and see where we go from here, where the North goes from here. How much longer will Ace Austin and Madman Fulton continue to feud with the Good Brothers? What will Hernandez invest with Reno Scum in next? And so much more. And now, who will challenge the new X Division champions? The X Division has once again been redefined with a new top guy. I did not think that would happen this soon. I honestly didn't think of any titles would change this soon, especially on Night 1. But with that being said, I really enjoyed this show. It was definitely a positive light on my Tuesday night. as dark as it is with AEW, but now I'm just changing things up. And I think going forward, Impact Wrestling will be my Tuesday night fix. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to know more about me, know this. I'm just a simple man, lifelong fan of ... wrestling. Follow me on Twitter at nfoster9016, Instagram at nfoster9016, PlayStation Network nfoster9016. You can try and beat me at Fall Guys. I won 5 games today, 3 in a row. Not bad at all. And simple YouTube channel here, youtube.com/user/Noah Foster210 for all things wrestling. Shout out to my ATW family on Twitter. This channel primarily focuses on AEW and NJPW, but I like doing these little specials on other wrestling too, like Impact, Ring of Honor, and who knows what else I might come across too, in YouTube or beyond. As always, support wrestling, okay? Because that's the hardest. Support pro wrestling, definitely. Support wrestling out big and small. Let's keep growing this incredible, diverse, unique, elite, authentic, unscripted, unrestricted wrestling community together. Simple as that. And until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hit the bell, know the video goes on this channel. Hit the subscribe button. Help me grow this channel. Thank you all 162 that's been with me on this fun YouTuber creator's journey. And it is 10:26 p.m. now Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, August 18th. I have work in the morning. I'm going to go to bed. Stay tuned for another episode of AEW Spark, as well as another live simple chat in 7 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday night. And of course, so much content coming up next week with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Reviews, simple takes, previous predictions to come to, as well as, of course, a aftermath simple take on NJPW Strong after Strong Finish as well that I watched with Chris Charlton on YouTube. So until the next video, I just hope you all make a positive impact in life and have a good night. And if you haven't been already, please give Impact Wrestling a chance. You won't be disappointed. They're back, and I think they're better than ever. Bye, everybody.